Hello to those of you who are feeling called to this reading in particular. Welcome to your mystery reading. The first thing that we're going to do is shuffle out one card from the Nightmare Before Christmas Tarot to get the context or the general energy of your reading. If you want to be a part of the community that I'm trying to create, subscribe and hit that notification bell. And if you're interested, you can also find me on TikTok. The link to that will be in the description. And before I get you the context or the general energy of your reading, remember that this is a general reading on YouTube, so if you're struggling to find meaning in a message, don't worry about it, let it go. It may not be meant for you, and if it is, the universe and your spirit guides will make it known to you. And it could be down the line that that message that you struggled to find meaning in now will be more obvious down the line. So we have, interesting, we have the Hermit. So I definitely feel here, I'm seeing 111, that the universe and your spirit guides really want you to seek guidance, to communicate with them, to be honest with yourself for sure. I just saw 122, change starts with you. Because even though if others can't tell if you're being honest with yourself, the universe and your spirit guides will definitely know. You can't fool the universe. And I also feel that this could be about making a difference in some way through being the change that you wish to see, changing your beliefs so that way you can encourage others to do the same, especially when it comes to how we think about ourselves and how that impacts, where we end up in life and how we look at the opportunities that we have. Fear can be a very, very powerful thing. There could be an opportunity here that you're not seeing because of fear, because of being afraid to take the risk, to trust yourself, to believe in yourself. With seeing 111 earlier, that's definitely a message about trusting yourself and believing in yourself and not being afraid to do things differently. Doing things differently doesn't mean you're doing things wrong. But yeah, this definitely could be a reading for someone who feels called to embody more of a leadership role. It could just be in general in life, to lead people. It could be spiritually, at work, somewhere. Someone is feeling called to be a leader. And I did see 2, 3, 4, so definitely that this calling, you're feeling this calling for a reason. You know more than you give yourself credit for. And I noticed that more and 4 rhymed. So there could be something here about writing music, poetry, just writing in general, public speaking. Maybe someone here feels called to write a book or something, or to write in a journal, maybe publish that journal. There's definitely something creative here that is important for someone when it comes to being more of a leader. I think you're more of a leader when it comes to expressing yourself, which is, we all have our own strengths and our own weaknesses, and expressing yourself is definitely a strength that you have, and you can take advantage of this strength to really make a difference and to spread truth and to really, really create change and to change how people look at themselves and how they feel about themselves. You're able to have a much bigger impact than you think or than you give yourself credit for. And I also saw 3, 4, 5. So like I said, you're definitely being called to trust yourself and to believe yourself for a reason. It definitely feels like this could have something to do with your purpose and where you feel you belong or where you deserve to be. There could be some challenges or some darkness or some obstacles standing in the way that the universe or your spirit guides want to address, but we won't know until we look a little bit deeper into this, which I'm going to use the Prisma Vision tarot cards for. I saw 432. I guess I'm using this deck for a reason. The Prisma Vision's tarot deck could be one that you're being called to get if you can. If not, don't worry about it. I just saw 444 as well. There's something here about your foundation and being more connected with the universe and reality to have a stronger sense of stability and security. I saw 4, 5, 6. Definitely being called to focus on your foundation for a reason. So this could be about work, or where you live, or the people you surround yourself with. But the first card that we have, wow, is the Eight of Swords with Gemini. I believe that planet is either Jupiter or Saturn. I felt Mars while I was trying to say that, so that could be a significant planet for someone. Any of those can be, but whenever I said that there might be some fears or some darkness standing in the way, that was an understatement. Someone definitely feels trapped here, feels very stuck in their head. Or this could just be, it really depends on where you are in this journey. It just feels like, in general, the universe and your spirit guides really want to address something that's holding you back from changing your beliefs and making a difference in some way. I mean, I assume it has a lot to do with self-doubt and underestimating yourself, not seeing yourself for who you are, seeing yourself as only just weakness. And, this is definitely someone who looks at themselves as someone who's small and doesn't have a voice and doesn't have an impact and doesn't matter. And, it's sad to think about that because, we all understand how that feels, to feel like you don't matter. You're definitely being misunderstood for a reason much bigger than you can have, that you can change on your own. So the best thing that you can do is be that change and encourage others to do the same simply by being you. You can make a difference in the smallest of ways. Even if the difference or the impact that you make feels small, it still matters because, it just adds to the bigger picture. Like, I think of everybody, like the collective, every single person represents one puzzle, and each person is a puzzle piece. So no matter how big or small, your purpose feels, we need every single puzzle piece to see the puzzle or the bigger picture. There could be something here about trying to navigate something very tricky, and you're being called to have patience for yourself and to be patient with the universe and to trust that everything is going to work out just fine. And you also have an opportunity here to really expand your mind in terms of what it means to be okay. Like, I feel like someone here maybe needs to find more comfort in the idea of, say, dying and moving on to another lifetime or to another reality. But if ideas like that make you nervous, definitely don't worry about it and stay focused on your healing and trust that all the answers and the wisdom that you need to stand up for yourself and to make a difference, that information and that wisdom will come to you when it's ready to come for you. Trust that the universe knows what it's doing. I was about to see 333 on the clock whenever I paused recording. And that really confirms to me that all the universe wants you to focus on is growing, is healing, and just really understanding yourself and seeing yourself for who you are in both light and dark, and accepting and unconditionally loving all parts of you, so that way you can kind of be skyrocketed, or whatever the word is, into your full potential. Like, I get this, like, you springing into your potential. So I feel that you already are a very wise person and you know a lot more than you think. But, it's really just about applying yourself at this point. But there's a lot of anxiety and a lot of fear here that's standing in the way. And now we have the Page of Swords. Yeah, strong inner child energy here. I feel like you need to step more into your courage, but like a childlike courage, leaning into that ignorance and the naivety, but like not in a self-destructive way. Like, whenever you go to do something you've never done before, like say you're afraid to go on an airplane, you could just tell yourself that it's all going to be okay, that it's going to be good. I think you need to take more seriously the sacrifices that you are making, so that way you don't regret things in the future, so that way you don't regret not going outside of your comfort zone and giving yourself more and exploring more, maybe seeing the world more. I definitely feel someone here needs to stay focused on trying to find comfort outside of their comfort zone, to get more comfortable in their more courageous energy. And this isn't something that you strive for, you already are courage. There's just a lot of thinking, a lot of worrying in the way that really holds you back from being able to step into that. I definitely feel that I'm talking to someone who likes to move through life with more grace, but you need to balance out this grace with more courage. You need to be open to all possibilities in life, the good, the bad, and the ugly, and just make sure that the sacrifices that you're making are worth it. I just saw 2, 3, 4. You're being called to take your sacrifices more seriously for a reason. The Page of Swords could also be about impulsivity. And so I definitely feel here that someone's fears and their anxiety makes them more impulsive and more self-destructive than they actually want to be. But trust that it's possible to overcome the obstacles that are in your way. Just trust that anything is possible, but also be realistic. Here we have the Judgment card next with the Crown Chakra. The Crown Chakra is really interesting to see with the Hierophant. I'm going to get a drink of water. It's interesting because it definitely feels like some sort of channel between you and the universe, or you and your spirit guides, is trying to be opened up, some sort of line of communication. But that channel cannot be opened up until you heal, until you learn how to be the calm within the storm, and how to be okay with being misunderstood and mistreated when you can't really do anything about it. I'm not saying to settle for less than you deserve. I'm saying if you're in a current environment that you're not happy with, you first have to accept where you are to get somewhere else. Or if you stay super resentful with where you are now, it's really just going to drag you down and keep you stagnant. I felt something here about complacency as well. You are more than just grace and kindness. You are also anger and human aggression, your sadness, your happiness, your everything. We all are. You just have to learn how to be more in control of what side of yourself that you express. We all can show up in the world in beautiful and ugly ways, and it's really up to us, to choose what we want to see more of, and to be willing to take the sacrifices that we need to take to see the beauty that we want to see in life. I'm feeling like double-edged sword kind of energy. So that's the thing with truth, with honesty. It could either be used for self-gain, or it could be used for the betterment of all, and you get to decide how you want to use honesty. And if you want to use it to create more beauty, definitely be focused on being more honest with yourself, but also be kind to yourself. Allow yourself to learn about yourself and the world as you deserved to when you were younger. Allow yourself to make mistakes. There could be something here from childhood that you really need to look at. In general, with the Judgment card, your spirit guides and the universe, I just saw 555. They want you to stay focused on your judgment and sharpening that through healing and really trying to work through these fears and these anxieties, and do whatever works for you to step into your more courageous energy, whether it be lying to yourself and saying that everything is going to be okay, or telling yourself, if the worst did happen, I can handle it. Maybe tell yourself both. There's definitely a need here to change how you look at yourself. With the 8 of Swords and the Page of Swords, someone here definitely looks at them, as small, maybe the same way that you looked at yourself when you were a child. There's definitely something here that you need to break out of. or to grow out of. Don't allow yourself to stay stagnant or to stay complacent, especially if you want to make a difference. I feel something here about recognizing that the only constant in life is change. So the best thing that you can do for yourself is learn how to be comfortable with it. I'm gonna get some more water. And we can help ourselves become, we can get comfortable with the uncomfortable. So if we can do that, if we can adapt, we need to adapt in a way where we're comfortable with change and we can accept reality for what it is, that it can't just stay one way, that it has to change. Maybe you need to find deeper meaning in change and what that means to you and why it has to happen. And it could be for spiritual reasons as well. Now we have the Two of Swords. There's a lot of air in this reading, a lot of thinking, mind, cerebral type of energy. With the Two of Swords, this is definitely confirmation here for someone about making a decision. Just trust yourself and believe in yourself to be able to know what's best for you. And even if you're wrong, it's still going to push you to wherever you're meant to be, to help you really. The universe is not going to give up on you, is what I'm trying to say. It's not, you'll always have the opportunity to better understand yourself and to do better. You just, it's best to take it seriously now rather than later. The Two of Swords, you need to take your choices more seriously. And I feel something here about finding the courage to make the choice that you know is right, to be able to follow what you truly believe in with the Hierophant here. And it doesn't even have to be spiritual or religious. It could just be whatever you believe is morally right. You definitely need to recognize your worth and what you deserve right now, and be more willing to make decisions that consider what you deserve rather than decisions that just make you feel safe but also make you stay complacent. Safety is nice. It's nice to have a foundation to feel secure, but we never lose our need or sense for adventure to try new things, no matter how afraid of trying new things we can be. I feel some very conflicting energies here, a lot of indecision that you really, really need to work through. And I feel like what could really help is consciously making a stronger commitment to self-love rather than self-destruction, and know that whether you love yourself or whether you hate yourself, you're going to encourage others to either love themselves or to hate themselves. You will always have an impact. And you get to decide what exactly that impact is. Do you want to spread love or do you want to spread hate? I think you really need to better understand or grasp, how strong your impact actually is. And I just saw 1010. I really think the universe and your spirit guides really want you to see your potential and your impact, but it's like you can't really see it until you truly step into it. I just saw 122 and then 123. You're being called to be the change that you wish to see for a reason. Change really does start with you. For your last card, we have the Seven of Pentacles with Taurus, which is definitely a message to, it's like a sign that, the work that you're doing is not going to be easy. You're going to have to be patient and you're going to have to be consistent. You're going to have to stay focused. If you get sidetracked a little bit, that's okay. All that matters is that you come back. But what I'm trying to say is the universe and your spirit guides are really guiding you to believe in yourself, to really tap into that compassion that you have for others and to project that onto yourself, that faith that you have in others, and to project that onto yourself. And I almost saw 1111. I did see 111. So any dreams or wishes, anything that you feel called to make a difference, it's possible for you. However you want to make a difference, it's possible. You just really need to be focused on you right now, understanding yourself and how your past has impacted you. There's just wisdom that you need to gain here before you can, you know, really truly see the difference that you can make. And also don't be hard on yourself if you're just making a little bit of a difference, because you're still making a difference. You know, there's a lot of making a difference kind of energy here, especially with the Hierophant. You can be a leader. You can lead people. You know, you just first have to be the student before you can be the teacher, you know what I mean? I'm seeing 12-12 communication and boundaries are important. Right now, you could be being called to be some sort of spiritual teacher or something. If you feel called to that, go for it. But yeah, I think that is all that I have for you for this reading today. If you'd like to hit the like button to show me that, that's the best way to support me. And if you'd like to offer even more support, you can donate through the thanks button directly below the video. Absolutely not obligated, but always very much appreciated. I also want to say thank you so much to the people who have been supporting me. It means a lot to me. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you around.